Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday today, and we are back with our usual 0730 free mentorship academy, where we come to give back to our communities, those that follow us, and those that really are geared to be part of what we do every day. Own space because we want to live in abundance, and in abundance just simply says let's share the resources that we have, and those who are able to use them, they can. And you remember, even Jesus did give, some rewards to those people that were making it happen for others, and also gave rewards to those that wanted to multiply it. But many people used it differently, and this is why we're not discouraged. Even if we've got our usual people, we will come. If we've got new people, we are happy. So today we come on Tuesday to just share with you what we need to do in one of the very, very important spokes of the wheel of life. As you may know, we come here every day, Monday to Friday, unless there is a holiday. But any working day, we just want to start the day with you. On Monday, we've got Rev Water with Prosperity Insights or Unleashing Your Destiny. On Wednesday, it's a marketplace where we can have you come on and just share with us the things that you want to share. And maybe someone out there would be able to pick up your information and use it according to the way we are marketing it. On Thursday, we've got Dr. Nelly, who just makes us sit properly. And if we are not doing what we want, she puts pins on our chairs so that we can go out and achieve our goals. And she's emphasizing, what are you doing at the end of our time? And on Friday, it is who we are. And I always remember to drink my water every morning. I'm on my first 500 meals so that I save time to do hospital, to do this and that. So we come on Fridays with Dr. Jackie, where prevention is better than cure, as a tagline, which actually helps us to sit up and say, what health things am I doing to myself? And today is Tuesday. It's a mindset change day. And you know, mindset change is everything. Mindset change is what is expected of us to socialize ourselves with. What are these things that I want to do today, and how am I going to do them? How are these things happening? Are things happening better than before? Or are things just, the way that I want them to be? Or just, it's such a wide subject where every day we know, if we are trained, we will know that this today, what I've done, in these hours, I've done financial and career. In these hours, like when we come from Monday to Friday, we are doing mental and education, and we're also doing social and cultural. We're also doing a lot of networking. We're doing family and home in the morning. We've already done family and home. We've greeted each other, and we are, we're good to go. We know who is well. We know what's happening in our own environment. We have nurtured relationships. We have talked about how we can nurture our relationships. We have spoken about a lot of things. And 7:30, we are here just starting our day. So we've had a lot of discussions around mindset change. Last week, we had Sharon talking about family and home. The other week, we had Cynthia talking about financial and career. The other time, we had Professor Sombo. We were talking about networking, how we can network for success. So it is such a wide subject that it fits in whatever we are doing. So today we are speaking on the spoke of the wheel of life, which is spiritual and ethical. Just how do we enlarge ourselves in that spoke of the wheel of life? And I just want to remind you what mindset change refers to. It refers to a process, because we always want things to be fixed today, but mindset change is a process. It's a process of altering one's core beliefs, the things that we believe in, the things that we take for granted it is the beliefs, it is the attitudes and the thoughts, our thought pattern, because every day we've got things that are happening. So we put ourselves, what is my thought pattern for today? So these all involves shifting from a fixed mindset where abilities and qualities are seen as unchangeable. There are a lot of people actually who think what we do or how I do things is unchangeable. I cannot change them. I can't. And that is a fixed mindset. So, to a growth mindset is where we want to be, where abilities and qualities can be developed. When these abilities and thoughts, when they are developed, it is through this effort that improve through effort and dedication. Because when we don't have effort, I remember one time we had Uncle Limbs and the friend, I've forgotten his name, but his class name was effort, effort. And he was saying, regardless of what we want to do, regardless of whatever it is, no matter how we have got things in front of us, if we don't take the effort to take that action, then we remain, in that fixed mindset. So we have to be wary of how we want to progress, and this is what we do at SBM Consulting and Coaching Services. We come, we undertake, we facilitate through the mindset change process. Where we actually now make sure that the people that we are facilitating to are equal to what we want them to be, so that we can socialize, our thoughts. And we call these just cocktail chats with me, or cocktail chats with Sunshine Sylvia, because there are so many things that come through, and sometimes you can't even place them where it is, but they're just coming, and then you collect them and package them. We even laugh about it. We say we package common sense. We are packaging the things that we already do, but we just package them so that they can be easily identified and easily used. So therefore, to actualize the spiritual and ethical scope of the will of life, one can engage in various ways that can enable them to do the things that they want to do. And one of them is meditation and mindfulness practices. Meditation and mindfulness practices, because we're talking about spiritual and ethical. So meditation and mindfulness practices, these are activities that allow individuals to connect with their inner selves, to cultivate self-awareness. Sometimes we are good at doing things, but then sometimes we forget, we're not aware of that. When you develop self-awareness and develop a sense of spirituality and ethical practices, in our sessions, we actually emphasize on how do we make ourselves aware, how do we engage ourselves in these activities, that we are aware about them, that we are getting, things that we already know, and we develop them, and we use this step by step. But we can't go into detail, because today we're just showing you that how ethical, spiritual and ethical can be managed. So one of them is reflection and introspection. When you reflect, spending time reflecting on personal values, on beliefs, and on the impact of our actions, this helps us, to align our behaviors with ethical principles and spiritual growth. And I know in Zambia, we are very big at being spiritually aligned. Everyone, you can't do anything there. There are some people who on Saturday, they can't even do anything, because their spiritual alignment is such that they've identified themselves with that particular thing that they will be able to do. On Sunday, we are easy at things. We are easy doing easy things, because we know we are aligning ourselves, we are reflecting, and we're having these things, the thoughts that are going around us in that nice nice environment where everyone is ready to receive what we are thinking about, because there are these days that happen, where we just think that today I must do good things because it's Sunday, because it's Sabbath, because those people that regardless of which spiritual alignment you are, it is open to, you just open yourself to the universe and claim these things that you want to be happening around you, so that we are able to just think in that line of spirituality, which makes us do good. And I guess this is why even our program, it is saying, spiritual alignment and being ethical, because on those times when we are really in front of our spiritual alignment, we do good, we mean well, and we want to do these things, as if someone is looking, but also the one thing that having been facilitating this program, where people sometimes they want to overdo, and Rev is actually, he's written a book about how religion has really been one of the areas where it has helped us to be where we are. But if we can be able to change our standing from what we do, in line with our spiritual well-being, if we are not following, the rules of the game in spirituality, then we remain at a place where poverty and suffering and not being able to afford things becomes a norm. So we have really to be careful on how our spiritual alignment is, so that we can be able to thrive and remain ethical in our own dealings. I've always mentioned that we've had so many examples of how spiritual well-being disturbs our mental well-being. And we've had examples even from schools where children of people who are too much into spiritual alignment, they don't even do good, because, and this is a true example where children complained that our mom always thinks that God will fix everything. And every day she's praying, even the neighbors would be able to hear how she's asking God to come through, but not knowing how to do it. And this is sometimes very sad, where someone would go spend overnight prayers, at a place, at church, overnight prayers, and when they come back home, the home is actually not even conducive. Children do not have food, or you yourself, you don't even have anything, but you will spend all your time doing that. And this is why I love Dr. Nelly's teachings, where she teaches in mind with the marketplace. She teaches you in mind with the marketplace, so that even when you're spiritually aligned, you should, at church, that's where the big network is. How are you using your networks to align yourself? Say, after praying, I am running this business. How can my church members be able to help me build my business? So I just love that, because it then marries my standing with the rest of the thinking and the rest of the people, that we have to think, align ourselves, in our spiritual well-being, and be ethical about the way we do things. Because if you come from church and you have got no food to give your family, because you spend all your 24 hours or all your 16 hours being unproductive, I think when you do that is unethical. And let's bear this in mind when we are doing everything. We have to align them. We have to make sure that we have time to do everything else, and we are in the center here trying to manage our time. So these are some of the things that I did prepare for you. And the other thing is just engaging in acts of kindness and service. This means helping others, volunteering or participating in community service, fosters, or a sense of empathy, not sympathy, a sense of empathy, compassion, and ethical behavior. I, for one, volunteered in several areas. I've been doing this for the last 35 years of my adult life, where I just volunteer in Ladies Circle, in Agora, in the 5 clubs, One Vision, where you just engage with those, with the people that can be able to make that difference in your life. And through the networks, I've been able to be developed. I've been able to be developed. Yes, Matilda, reflection and retrospective is what we need to be doing every day when we align, for that. Thank you for tuning in, and we're happy that you are always engaging. Yes, engaging in acts of kindness, because these are some of the things that we do without even making out of coming out of our own comfort zone. We just say, and it's not every day, because all these clubs have got days when you want to do this, and you just take advantage of them. You remember in last 2 sessions on Fridays, we've had Kayula Childhood Cancer Foundation, and Red Water even said, oh, this is so good. So he's even going to have them on one of his programs on Hot FM. You should be able to tune in so that you can hear some details, because there's more time there than our time of just 25 minutes talking about this. So when you offer acts of kindness and service, you are in line and you are encouraged, for other people to see that you are kind. And when you offer just a little bit of kindness, then people feel good, because they say love is pure, kindness is godliness, and we are able to touch lives, as it were. The other one is seeking knowledge and wisdom, constantly learning and broadening our understanding of ethical and spiritual concepts through reading, through attending lectures, through attending our 7:30 free mentorship academy. We are seeking knowledge, and we are sharing and seeking knowledge and wisdom. There are so many things that I've had to learn from the partners on the program. It's just so amazing. But because we are consistent, and we want to be able to do everything that we align ourselves to do. So when we seek knowledge and wisdom, it doesn't matter where it's coming from, but you should be aligned to make sure that we are getting those tidbits and use them. If you've got knowledge and you've got wisdom and you don't use it or you don't share it, it is not knowledge, it is not wisdom. Because people out there, or even in your own families, you want to engage, and be able to socialize yourself with just those things. So attend those lectures, attend workshops, engage in discussions with experts. And I can tell you, we bring our expertise here free of charge. When you engage us outside, then you have to pay, because then we've got to take you through the actual and certify you at the end of the day. So it's just not parroting things. We package and we make sure that anyone who wants to to learn something from us, it is researched information. It is we've gone to school for it. We practice, and we keep on continuously learning about best practice, so that once we are speaking, we can give you these areas of our expertise, so that we can share our knowledge and we can share the wisdom that we have acquired over time. The other, and also, you see, if we have to continue sharing our knowledge and wisdom, we encourage, because we are a learning institution, we are learning individuals, and through our continuous learning, we get to keep abreast of the changing environment. Things are always changing, and this is why we come every day with different topics. Like, we all have our niche. My niche is mindset change, which is so broad. And I'm so happy that now it's getting out there, and people are starting to realize that, wow, we need to engage and we need to do some of these things that we do. So the other thing is cultivating gratitude and appreciation. This is big. Cultivating gratitude and appreciation. For me, when you do certain things that you think you are doing great, and then there is no one who is appreciating you or anyone who is giving gratitude, with the things that you're doing, you get like discouraged. But for us who have actually learned how to cultivate gratitude, like we come here every day, thanking people who join our calls, we are grateful, because if there's no one who is encouraging us, we love those people who would say, there was a holiday and we didn't manage to to connect with you, and this is why we miss that. Those are the people that make us really undertake or think through, what am I going to share next Tuesday? Oh, Rev, we've got a chat where we discuss what are people saying. Or they say, oh, we had questions in this line. Maybe Dr. Jackie should deal with this. We've got people who are saying, what kind of food should I be eating? So can you research on that? Can you bring an expert who can be able to talk about that? So we have cultivated gratitude and appreciation of the people that are around us. So when you are aware and you contribute to these areas, it makes us feel great, and it also makes those ones that are around yourselves. And sometimes we don't even hear from you. We hear from those who you shared that, at the 7:30 call, I had a Sunshine talk about this. And then when you meet them, they say, do you know that I've been mentored? Do you know that I said, where have I mentored you? No, because I follow on this, or my sister follows this, and she keeps on telling us about this. So it is this that we are grateful for, and we are aware that it's not easy for people to wake up every day 7:30, because not everyone is like us. Us, it's a choice. We have chosen to make a difference in our own lives by celebrating ourselves, and also coming to you and saying these things that make us feel good about ourselves. So I just want you to think through these activities that I have shared with you in the scope of the spiritual and ethical wheel of life. I just want, what has really touched you about these things that we've spoken about? What is something that has touched you that you're going to share with that colleague or with your family members, for today's sharing? Let's just see those comments coming. Let's share the comments coming so that we can be able to feel you, to appreciate you. How do you appreciate a good thing in your life? How do you make sure that what we are doing today is those things that we want to do, and it's the impact that we want to do? I've seen Shupe saying it's gratitude, it's thanks. Matilda is saying cultivating gratitude and appreciation. Very, very good, very well done. And Shupi, the other day I was saying, on our alumni, saying that Shupi joins the 7:30 calls. She was the one who actually said she loves Zoom because she would get in there and put her comments. But we had to say things have changed, things have shifted. We now need to, we are on StreamYard. Why StreamYard? Is because it can keep the record. People can just go there and click on the link, and they will be able to share or to rewind and watch again. Whereas on Zoom, we have to get the recording, then post it, and because every day after 7:30, at 8, we've got programs. We start work. So by the time you go there and pick to share, the day has already, gone. And when people don't join that time, then it's information, it's stale information, and people move on. So with StreamYard, we come here and you'll be able to actually get down and rewatch what we're doing. Thank you, Dr. Mwansa. Gratitude and appreciation. Yes, thank you so much for for inputting that, and it is going to make sure that we share those issues. Or Matilda says, mine is engaging in acts of kindness. This is really my passion, engaging in acts of kindness. With Matilda, we are together in Agora, and all the time we are showing some kindness to the people that are less privileged than we are. Because we think, like I've always been saying, I thought I was unfortunate because I had no shoes until I saw a man who had no feet to even put the shoes on. So if we show kindness to others who are less privileged than we are, then we are good to go. Tandeka Grace Soko says, indeed, showing gratitude is always the best. Yes, because when we are not grateful, just like even with the way we bring up our children, if children are not grateful, they're not going to get the best because you say, oh, you don't appreciate. So we have to show gratitude in everything that we get, around ourselves. So when we are actually, this spoke of the will of life of spiritual and ethical. It's a way of, revising our mental and educational spoke of the will of life, that how can we effect, because through the spiritual and ethical will of life is where we can socialize ourselves to be grateful that we woke up, we went to church, our God is looking after us. Let's be grateful, because that's what it is. We cannot subtract from it. So these activities can help individuals grow spiritually and ethically by fostering a deep sense of purpose. We always come and say, what's your purpose? Every month, like on our program, we say, what is your purpose for this month? Can you show us your purpose for this month? Can you write it down? What are you going to do this month that is going to make you align yourself with the goals that you set for yourself? Not the goals that will be, I remember this even when we are doing class, when people say, I did my New Year's resolution. And New Year's resolution, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be this, I'm going to do that. They don't review every month to see, is that New Year's resolution working? But our program makes you, even with the New Year's resolution, we ask you to make it a goal. When are you saying you are going to make that resolution work for you? Are you reviewing to say that this New Year's resolution, and by the way, this is almost end of the year, how many New Year's resolutions have worked? And if it hasn't worked for you, then you need to enroll on our program, Mindset Change program. I think the numbers are scrolling down there. You can join. You can go on our Facebook page. You can call those numbers that are scrolling down, and you can just start the process. Today, in fact, today I've got two people that I have who starting the process. So it is never too late. You can always engage on when you're going to do whatever you want to do, and just pick up the call and say, I am ready. And then we're going to tell you which dates are available. And so we can be able to socialize our 6 areas of life. So I was saying we have to foster a deep sense of purpose, providing a moral compass and guiding actions towards a greater good. Not just good, a greater good. They assist in shifting mindsets by encouraging individuals to prioritize personal growth, humility, and ethical conduct, because that's what it is. And the other day, let me use this last 2 minutes to just socialize you with what I learned on my mentorship group with my colleague in the US, where I learned that we can now even we've added from SMART goals to smarter goals. I hope I can find it. Yes, we have now done smarter, and in the smarter is the S obviously is for specific, measurable, and for the A, which was like attainable, it's changed to actionable, because you can be able to do these things and yet you are not even attaining anything. So actionable is the act of you wanting to do something that you have said for yourself. And then the R is instead of realistic, they have said, because once you are an entrepreneur and you wake up, you are engaging in risk. And it depends on how you tackle that risk, how you've prepared yourself. If you're going to minimize the risk, or the risk is going to overwhelm you, or you're going to be scared, you have the fear. Because most of the time when we don't get ourselves to do things, we are just fearful. We are fearful of the meaning people are going to attach on what you're going to say. So we don't say it and we miss the opportunity. We are fearful in the things that are not going to work because somebody tried it and it worked. So we are not able to do that. So when we take risk, entrepreneurs were always taking risks because of the way life is. So the R is risk. When you wake up, you are making a risk. And then the T is still the time bound. But they put the E, smarter. E is you have to keep your goal exciting. The goals must be exciting so that it encourages you, it motivates you to go and do it. And then the R is relevant. Is your goal still relevant? Maybe things have passed. Maybe life has changed or life has happened. Is your goal still relevant? Or is the goal still making that meeting that gap, or do you need to change it? So this was my plus for this day of spiritual and ethical, where we have to make sure that our goals are smarter. Let's make our goals smarter from the way we have made them smart. Let's keep exciting ourselves so that we can be able to motivate ourselves to do great things that align ourselves for the things that we want to happen in our lives. So end here. It's 8, and we are good to go. And I just want to wish you the best where you are socializing your spiritual and the ethical will of your life in that good mindset, so that we will be able to see good and we'll be able to make sure that we are good and we are doing. Remember, make it one of your 4 imperative things to make sure that you go smarter. Make sure that you make one of the important things to sensitize yourself and realize that you are you and you're focused, and make sure that you draw 1 or 2 people so that you can be able to exercise yourself with that person and make life better than before. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining our call today.